Gentlemen, so have you ever had a night like this? You don't get any sleep. It's just a bad night. And so what happens the next day? You wake up and do you have a lot of energy? No, you're tired. You don't even want to be awake. You jump in the shower hoping that's going to fix things, but you can't even think clearly. You're tripping over yourself. Your body isn't reacting. You get, your son comes in and just asks you a question and you snap at him. So what in the world is going on? Guys, when you don't get sleep, you are setting yourself up to fail. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 amazing benefits of a great night's sleep. And I'm also going to share with you how I've set it up in my life with 4 kids, multiple businesses, just being a really busy guy, how I have set it up so that I, most of the time, get a good night's sleep. Now, guys, one of the things I did let's go back to 2003. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I saw quite a few things, but one thing I did learn, which I thought was kind of interesting, is the importance of getting sleep and how my commanding officer in Iraq, how he made it a priority that, do not disturb him. He's got to be able to think. He's got to be able to make decisions. So whenever the tempo slowed down, he was in the sack. And I saw another full-bird colonel get relieved because he couldn't think. He basically didn't sleep the first 3 days of the invasion. I mean, it was crazy how important sleep, and that stuck with me. And so I got out of the Marine Corps. I go live in Ukraine, spending time living with my now then wife, and we were living with her parents. And I remember we slept on a bed that was like a pull-out couch, and I mean, it was old school Soviet style. That was I felt like I was sleeping. It was horrible. We had books underneath that holding up parts of the bed. And I swore to myself, I'm like, whenever I move us to the United States, because we're in the process of bringing them over, I'm going to have a really nice bed. And that's what I did. I spent quite a bit of money on a king-size mattress. It is an amazing, I loved that bed. And that's something I realized, guys, is investing in a really nice mattress and having something that when you get into it, you just want to be in there. That is probably the best thing I did for myself, to be able to set up that great sleep environment. And then I go off and I sabotage it, have a whole bunch of kids, but that's a whole nother story. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you need to make sleep a priority. Guys, and go check out the article. I go into a lot more detail there. I'm going to support it with research, and I've got a really cool deal you're going to want to check out. Ready? So tip number 1 is your brain. Your mind is going to function better. Specifically, you are going to be able to focus in. So after you don't have, you have a horrible night's sleep, can you think, can you focus? If you want to get things done, you got to be able to zero in and focus. And this is really important for business owners, for anyone that's, trying to make, help a company grow. If you're trying to basically get your nonprofit off the ground, you're a student studying, you need to be able to focus. Also, you've got to be able to remember things. If you don't get a good night's sleep, your memory is you're reading stuff and you're going to get to the end of that chapter and you're going to be, what did I just read? You know what I'm talking about. Now, guys, there's a great book out there called Essentialism. And in that book, he talks specifically about protecting the asset. He gives example after example of people that are up-and-comers, high achievers, how they somehow think, and you've probably heard that saying, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Guys, that's a bunch of BS. You need to every single night. I don't know if it's 6 hours, 8 hours, maybe it's 9 or 10 hours, but make that a priority, because what that's going to do is it's going to give you a high return, because you're going to be able to think clearly, you're going to be able to remember things, and basically you're going to be even more creative. Yes, studies have shown that you are more creative if you actually get enough sleep, and creativity has been measured to go down basically drastically every couple hours of sleep that you lose. So tip number 2 is emotional control. You know that example I said about, snapping at your son? That's happened to me. When I was first starting off my company, I was getting maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. I was just really trying to cram 2 jobs into one. And there was one case I remember when I snapped at my son, and he was just asking me a question. Guys, don't let, it could be your girlfriend, it could be your wife, it could be your mom. Don't be that guy that everyone's just like, what in the world is wrong? Because once you say something, you can't take it back. So make sure to get sleep, because then you're going to be able to keep your emotions in check. You're going to be less irritable. You're going to be less, less anxiety. You're not going to be stressed out as much. And when you do that, you're just going to have a better day. So tip number 3, your body will function better if you get more sleep. So when you get plenty of sleep, you're going to find you're going to wake up with more energy. Your body will actually have recovered overnight. Let's say you're looking to build on muscle, you're going to the gym. Well, guess what, guys? Getting sleep that night, you need to be selfish and you need to take care of your body and let it recover from the day before. In addition, if you get the right amount of sleep, you're going to be less likely to actually get sick. Your immune levels are going to be higher. All right, guys, those are the 3 points. If you want more, go check out the article. In the article, I go into the research, I go into a lot more detail. And if you enjoyed this video, I think you're really going to like the article. But I did kind of allude to this at the beginning of the video, and I talked about the importance of investing in a mattress. Guys, I want you to go check out Leesa Mattress. It is a great company. I've had one of their mattresses now for well over 3 months, and I've slept on it multiple times. My friend Ryan Masters, when he came out this holiday season, he slept on it. My son has been sleeping on it, and all of us agree this is a great mattress. What I love about the mattress is it uses it's got a 2, 2, and 6 system. So basically the 2 top, it actually has got this foam that doesn't overheat you. I don't know if anyone's ever slept on a bed that all of a sudden you get really hot. This one has a memory foam there that prevents that. Then it's got the 2 inches of the memory foam, in which it kind of, depending on what your weight is. If you weigh a lot, maybe you're well over 300 pounds, it'll work for you. If you're under 100 pounds, like in the case of my son, he actually found it worked great. So that's what I love about memory foam, that can adjust and actually work to the body. And then it's got a base layer. But here is my favorite part about this mattress. So the first mattress I bought, and I bought a foam mattress about, 8 or 9 years ago from a company that's now defunct. But when I spent all this money, they delivered it to my door, and I can tell you that this was a huge mattress in a huge box, and anyone that's ever had to move big king-size mattresses, they know how much of a pain in the butt this is, especially when you don't have someone to help you. What I loved about Leesa, they delivered anywhere. So if you're up in Canada, if you're in England, if you're in the United States, they got you covered. And it came in this, I was like, how did they fit, because it's a queen size, how did they fit this in this box? And it was about 70 pounds, but hey, I'm taking care of myself, threw this thing up, and I was able to carry it right up into our guest bedroom, laid it out. We had actually set it up so that, it would be right there. And I was able to unpack this by myself. All of a sudden it opened up, and it took about I'd say I gave it about a good hour before my son, he went and jumped on it pretty much immediately. But it was such a great service and system. And I was like, this is really cool. So much better. And guys, I laid on it, I slept on it, I'd say a total of about 10 nights. Anytime, my wife didn't really like it when I was kind of saying, honey, I know that you're here with the screaming baby. I'm going to go over into the guest room and just practice sleeping on that mattress. But I can tell you guys, it's a great mattress, great company. Go check them out right here. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.